Hi, this is Matt from Fabnik, and I'm going to show you how to do a saddle stitch. So the first thing we're going to do is take one end of our thread, we have a needle attached already, and I'm going to run it through the first hole in my leather. And what we want is to have an even amount of thread on either side of the leather. So the way I'm going to do this is just take the other end of my thread, and I'm going to line up my needles, and I'm just going to pull this so that I get an even amount of thread on either side of my leather. Then I just want to lay these on either side, so I've got one thread going over the left, one thread going over the right. And I'm going to begin my saddle stitch here with the thread that's closest to me. And you see here it says stitch this side first. So what we're going to do is take our needle and just go right into this next hole. Now, our leather holes are sized specifically for these needles and thread, so it's a tight fit, which makes for a nice tight line of stitching. And what we usually tell people is to kind of give it a little run and then pop the needle through. So just kind of like that. I'm going to pull all the way until I've got that thread pulled all the way through. And what I'm going to do with my other needle is actually run it through the other side. And in order to show you this better, I'm just going to spin my pony around so you can see better what I'm talking about. So this is my other side, my other thread. And right here we see stitch this side second and above the first. What that means is you can see our thread coming out. This is our first line of thread coming out. What I want to do with my second is go right on top of it. And that means that I'm going to put my needle above that line of thread. And so I want to make sure that I'm above my thread here. And it's also very important that on the other side, my needle is coming out on top of my thread as well. I'm just going to go ahead and pull that through. I'm going to pull that thread all the way through. And then what I'll do is just grab either side here and pull them together and tighten them up. And that is one stitch. And we're going to repeat that. Again, stitch this side first. I'm always going to start on this side and go into my next hole. Go all the way through. And sometimes if you find that you're unable to kind of go smoothly through, I just kind of wiggle the needle until it finds the hole. I'm going to pull it through. And then I'm going to take the other needle, my second side, and I'm going to put that through the same hole. And remember, we want to make sure that we're on top of the first stitch. And again, you can see I'm coming through here on top. And I'm just going to pull this guy through. When I get to the end, again, just pull both sides and tighten the stitch up. And there you go. And you can see that we have a nice angle to each stitch and they're lining up straight. And we're just going to keep on doing that. Thanks so much for watching.